Relax, I got this. You're behind the scene. You're behind, according to people making all kind of monkey trick. I see you. Leave the technology to me, all right? Good morning, everybody. Again, welcome to another Edification Thursday on this beautiful Thursday morning, November 19th. Hope everybody's doing good today. And of course, like we said, the Christmas clock has been activated, so you know what time it is. We are definitely counting down to Christmas. As a matter of fact, we've got 35 days, 13 hours, 55 minutes until it's Christmas. We are back again for another Edification Thursday, and as always, a pleasure to have you in our company. Good morning, Mr. Frederick. How are thou this morning?
Good morning, Neptune. And how are you?
I am great.
Lovely. I'm getting feedback though. I'm hearing myself.
You hearing yourself?
Yes. I'm hearing
What you have?
myself.
What you have playing?
Nothing.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Seems to
So
be
the
all right now. No.
you know the feedback is on your end, because when I mute you, I'm not hearing it, and when I unmute you, I'm hearing it. You have anything else playing? You're still? I'm not hearing it though.
Can you hear me?
Folks on the live, are you hearing us clearly? Okay, so yep, there's a feedback. All right, Eddie. So let me kick you out and come back in.
I find so.
All right. Okay, so Eddie's gonna rejoin us. Now we can't afford to have any feedback whatsoever. This 30 minutes is just too important and too much good vibes to have any echoing or any feedback whatsoever. But it's on his end, because when I muted him, we weren't hearing it. So probably got some playing on his end that he needs to sort out. So come back in the room quickly and we'll be able to go. In the meantime, let me just say good morning to everyone joining us already. Colleen, you're early. It's been a while since you joined us this early. Good to have you from the start. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Andrea. Vanny, good morning. Judy, good morning. Christelle, Wayne, Rachel, Wendy, Samuel. Good morning, guys. Let me see if I can get you back here. Think you're good now? Say something, let me hear now.
Let's see. No, I'm still hearing me.
Still hearing you?
Yeah, but is it disturbing?
Let me check in. Folks on the live, is it?
Is it disturbing? Because I'm hearing me twice. You playing a little bit in the background, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because it's not. I have nothing.
Is it better? Okay, let me just wait until I get a heads up.
Yeah, because I'm hearing me twice.
Are you using? You have another device logged on, Eddie?
No.
You're logged on elsewhere? Anything else? Any?
No, nothing. Time is wasting, man, and we have so much ground to cover. I'm not hearing anything now.
Here now? We good now?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can hear me, can you?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Lovely. Well, I'm not getting any feedback anymore.
All right, so we're good to go.
Yes, man. We're ready to go. So I'm well. You asked me how am I? I'm well. Now I'm well.
No, you're well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, though? What about you?
I am great. I'm definitely great. Not
Lovely.
completely at all. I mean, there's so much to be thankful for. I'm not gonna waste it complaining.
Oh yes. And that's why today's topic is learning to create our own dream work through the power of intention. And this is my 38th pearl of wisdom during these prolonged pandemic, sort of times. But I beckon each and every one of you to pull up your chair and take notice of how many of us continue to attract to us that which is undesirable, yet we proceed to live as if it is business as usual. As I would always say, if you want to keep on getting what you're getting, just keep on doing what you're doing. If you don't like what you're getting, stop doing what you're doing. Insanity is described to us as, doing the same thing over and over, but we're expecting a different result.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is real madness, because people are not satisfied with where their life is going right now. But yet for all, they continue to do the same thing that gets their life going in the same way.
I guess they believe in miracles.
Yes, it looks so.
It's just gonna change.
So young people, pull up your chair and make room for more joy in your life by upgrading your consciousness. We're living in a nation today where people are just not interested in expressing or exhibiting gratitude and appreciation. And they don't realize that is going to attract to them as if it were like a curse,
Mm-hmm.
because they are not grateful, they're not thankful, they're not, and the things they should be thankful for, if these things that they take for granted are pulled from them, they have no life. What about breath, air, fresh air?
Mm-hmm.
What about nice rain to keep the place a little cool and at the same time to deal with the vegetation?
Mm-hmm.
What about the sun shining to give us our vitamin D, but at the same time, our vitality? What about our tropical atmosphere? What about a plate of food in the day? When you get it, you give thanks because you don't know if you'll be able to get another one tomorrow. These are the things we should be focused on. You
The
know,
thing is, people have this attitude that people are obligated to do
joke they're
stuff.
making.
Nobody's obligated, and that's one thing I learned from my mother early up. And she always said, whenever somebody do something for you, be grateful,
Of
be
course,
appreciative, because nobody's obligated to do anything for you. And if somebody, especially somebody, do go out of their way to do something for you, at least a little thanks and a little gratitude goes a long way, and you
but
open
but but
blessings when you do that.
of course, but Arona, you're trying to be kind to people. They come to you out of desperation. You are kind to them, and they would keep in touch with you as long as they have not received what you promised them or what they are looking forward to from you. And as soon as they get it,
Bam.
distance again, they're gone. They're gone. There's no keeping in touch. There's no nothing. It's just a mindless kind of civilization we have descended into, we have deteriorated into. It's sad.
And
They
someone you're
just,
saying people feel entitled after you show them kindness.
of course, what joke they're making. A fella asked me for $10 2 days ago in town. I said, tell me something, you have a car? No. I said, well, you're not even qualified to beg because I need to beg you. I need some gas. I need to buy some tires. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some of them not even qualified to beg, but they're begging because they make up their mind to be on welfare. And they see you, all you do is bathe, bathe and put on clean clothes, and they feel you have.
Mm-hmm.
All you do
I
is
can write a
freshen
book
up
on
yourself.
that. Could
Yes, it's
write a book.
sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. So today I want to lead you through a different path, which speaks to the power of intention. We all have dreams that we would like to see come true. We all have, objectives that we would like to achieve in life. We all ought to have hopes and aspirations, but over time we do not work on them as feverishly as we work on the negatives in our lives. Folks, many of us are so negative that if we go into a dark room, we develop. Film does develop, negative they call it. You
Mm-hmm.
just develop. Over time, we have practiced to be so negative that
Every
we have
single day.
yes, but we have become unconsciously competent at it. We could be negative without even a thought. And when you give people advice, you know what they say? Easy for you to say because they're even resenting that too. Because they want to stay negative but
Mm-hmm.
still leash you. You know what I mean by leash? Suck you dry, be a parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Our intention on a daily basis seem rooted in selfishness to the point where we ignore the tenets of gratitude and appreciation as we open this morning. We are so focused on getting ahead that we lose sight of the rights of others to get ahead too. You remember Kirani James came second in the
Oh,
race?
don't start.
Everybody thought Kirani went, and he's the only one that went in the race to win. So what happened to the other people? What they run for?
When he won, you remember how we were? And then
Yes,
what
he
happened
came
after?
second, and they don't even realize that he is still hard to beat by another Grenadian because he's the first to come first at the Olympics, first to come second, and if he comes third this next time, if at all they have any Olympics at all, he will be the first to come first, second, and third.
Again. Mm-hmm.
So tell me something. Anybody that comes second now, in terms of the second Grenadian to come first, he's still ahead of them.
Still ahead. Mm-hmm.
He's still ahead of them. He's hard to beat. But they don't realize that. We are so focused, folks, on, what I have found though, is that we throw so many negatives and unworthy vibes out to the universe. Yet we expect different things to return
Mhm.
to us. What
Mhm.
will return to you if you're sending negative vibes? Is gossip, is who taking who allowing who to take them. This kind of
Mhm.
drain talk.
Yes. In
And that is the
2020,
vibes we
we're
send
still
out on a
having that.
daily
We're still
basis.
having those sort of conversations in
Yeah, but
2020.
not still
That is
having. That is all we qualified to have because we are not positioned. Could you imagine in this day and age where you have so much, you're exposed to so much by way of the internet,
mhm,
the
mhm.
stratosphere outside there is so wide and vast, and all you could do is take picture with your phone and send out with your mouth and click and all kind of stupidness, and would not use that tool to edify yourself in the evening when you have a little 5 minutes, sit down on the back step and
Kill
listen
me,
to some
them,
TED
please.
talk. Come on, folks.
And
We
it's
could
and
do better than
it's,
that.
but compared to back in the day when the only time you saw a book, you went to the library.
You
You had to
understand?
join the library. You have to get do your research. Everything at the library, you have to go find it, sit there. Now it's everywhere. It's at your fingertip.
Of
You
course.
know? And all we're doing is using recycled information,
Stupidness.
regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, there's so much you can learn daily. There's so much happening out there, that you can put to positive use. But folks, like you said, it's like a norm. To be negative is the norm. It's
Of
it's easy
course.
it's easier to be negative,
And this is such a small place, it's concentrated. The
hmm
thing everywhere you turn. And that is why you have to become a recluse to live here successfully. You have to pull back. Because if you don't pull back, you will be
They're gonna jump
contaminated.
in.
You'll be just like them. So
They're gonna
many of our
suck the life
citizens,
out of you.
of course, but so many of our citizens are incapable of original thought. That they wake up in the morning and proceed with their day to mimic the ideas and ideals of many other inferior fellow citizens whom they consider leaders and mentors, who are just, according to Professor Lumumba, they're just village idiots. Village idiots that bathe and dress up and they're dotish, they're dunce, but they're following them. Now, if you have a deep desire to migrate from dependency and move with happy speed, alacrity that is, towards a more fulfilling existence, where genuine self development and meaningful personal progress is always assured, you have to make a conscious effort to clean up your intentions and make it a daily habit to ignite your passion, power, feeling, and conviction. You know, some people wake up this morning. Look at the difference between these two people. Lord, is morning already.
hmm
The other one wakes up and he says, Lord, thank you for this new day. You see the
hmm
difference? But how many people do that? Very few people do the latter. Most people do the first. And they don't realize, Lord, is morning already. And it naturally follows now. That's the first thing they thought of. So it naturally follows. Let me go down there and see what they have for me over here. If I didn't have them children, me going there now. And so they walk into town, So they're going on the bus.
In
Then
the
that
energy,
attitude,
that
they just,
energy.
of course, that
Look
energy, and
at
they're
them.
coming into the workplace with that. No gratitude. But they're getting paid, And they're bad for their pay.
Of course.
And when they don't contribute to the workplace and the place start to fail and they start to cut them, they're gone by the union. They want the union to come and fight the people now for their
Right.
work. And
Right.
what is their work? They ain't doing nothing. They come every day to do nothing because that's their intention. You see the negative vibes they come with? And they expect to be paid for nothing. Sylvester Stallone once said, every day is a decision day. You either give up, lie down and die, or you get up, face the battle, and march forward. The grind is real, and it only gets harder. You can press on knowing this. It is not the fight on the horizon that defines you. It is the fight inside you that defines you. You see, we all have this fight on the inside, except that for so many of us, it comes in the form of self doubt, insanity, and uncertainty, mental chatter, and listening to the wrong people. Oh, Jesus, and Grenada is
Listen, and
Grenada is a
have
factory for the
a
wrong people.
lot of those. That's why
Woo!
I always say you got to be careful who you surround yourself with, one,
Of
and two,
course.
who you listen to. Because everybody's an expert in everything these days. People are doctors, they're scientists, they're everything and have an
That's
opinion
right.
on everything. So you have to be careful who you take things from because not every intention is a good one.
That's right. So everyone, we have to know when to shut off the undesirable energies of the outside world and focus on us. Things may happen around us, things may happen to us, but what matters most are the things that happen in us.
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Let's get into you.
Of course, first of all, we have to appreciate that intentions are basically goals with passion, with energy. Good? They are goals blended with powerful desire. We're saying here that when you set an intention for a goal that you want in life, you have to believe it will come about because you are sending now signals to the universe, a signal to your own subconscious mind that will
Mm-hmm.
ensure that you are actually searching for ways to make that desire a reality in your life. When you have an intention, you are far more likely to achieve, let's say, whatever results you set out for because you're actively searching for positive ways to make your intention true to you. True to you. So let us invite you to think about it. I want to invite you here now. Say you set an intention this morning to be more light-hearted and playful in the day. Do you think it is more likely or less likely that you will be searching for and creating moments of fun, playfulness, joy throughout the day? How many people you work with that you could consider the class clown, that you love to go to work and work with?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they come with that intention to be light-hearted, but they still produce,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just good energy to be around. Can you then understand how, by setting many powerful intentions every day in your life, these intentions can completely change your life? Good? Because every single positive moment in your life carries a compound effect. So that little moment of fun and playfulness with your partner, friend, family, whatever, it leads to a stronger, closer relationship in the future, which leads to better and better moments, stronger and even stronger bonds, happier and happier times. So I don't know how they have some people, so my faces, well, so I is, and all this nonsense. That is how you train yourself
That's
to
how you choose it to be.
and you choose to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You can only think like this when you are totally comfortable with yourself and being alone. You remember, I always say, you can never be lonely if you enjoy the company of the person you're alone with. There are lots of us who need to get comfortable with who we are. We need to be
Um,
comfortable with our truth.
because but that when you are by yourself and you're alone with your thoughts, you are faced with your demons, and a lot
Of
of people
course,
don't face their own demons. So they project and you prefer to be all up in somebody else's face and business and what have you. I mean, for those who know me, know that's one of my thing. I have no problem being by myself.
oh man, that's a
It
beautiful
is,
thing.
it is one of the best times ever.
But you learn to analyze,
You
you
learn
learn
to
to
analyze,
process.
you learn to process, you learn to think, and
Of course,
you're just into you. You learn to understand yourself better. You have no fear of being alone with your thoughts. It's like people afraid of their own thoughts. You're afraid
yes.
to face you're afraid to face your demons. And if you can't face your demons, how you expect to face anything else?
But
People
not
are
only that,
afraid.
how do you
It's
expect people to
you by
face you?
yourself, it show you up. And I think that is a lot of folks' biggest fear.
Of course,
So they
of course,
project.
it's true, it's true, it's true, it's true. So when how about intention of patience and non-judgment that builds your strength in that area, and in the future when life provides you with great challenges, your response to those challenges affect your future in much more positive ways than if you don't practice that intention. You wake up this morning and you say, I intend to live a good life today. I intend to take care of my health. I intend to eat well today. I intend to be a positive spirit around people. What's wrong with that? But a lot of us never make that kind of intention or that kind of statement. What we do is we just get up, we stoops because we're sorry we wake up,
And you go through the day.
and we go through the day just so.
Hmm.
And we basically tell me, will you go to work with your goat because you're afraid somebody teeth it? Will you go to bed in the night with your goat just because you're afraid if you leave it outside somebody will teeth it? The goat has its place. So let's liken that goat now to negative traits, negative habits, confusion that you have at home. Why are you bringing that at work?
Hmm.
It's not fair to the other people. And suppose everybody has confusion and they're just like you and they bring theirs. You see, you
Imagine one
go,
going to the people place.
you understand what's happening with the people place? And that is why workplaces have visions, missions, and core values so that when you get there, you pour yourself into these three things
Mm-hmm.
so that your purpose become a common purpose. 140 of you working there, we are not concerned that you didn't eat this morning. What are you doing with your money that you didn't eat this morning and I must suffer because you didn't eat? Who sent you and make 11 children that the money not enough to feed? But you understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Everybody must pay because you don't know how to put things in a bag.
So at
You
some point,
understand what I'm saying?
now you're gonna accept responsibility.
Yes,
Yep.
you're not accepting responsibility. You see? So, in contrast, imagine if you never had any intention of strengthening your emotions, your mind, your peace, your results, and happiness. What's going to happen to you? You will be at the mercy of circumstances that arrive in your life, which, of course, you attracted. Not a place that I would suggest anyone would like to reside or stay. No, but if you are at the mercy of what life throws at you, like the effects of a recession brought on by this pandemic, for instance, your response will be mostly negative. Your
Mm-hmm.
response will be that of a victim. As you see, we see it all every day. Everybody that does
Mm-hmm.
not have a plan see themselves as a victim. Let me go by the government and see if I get some help you here. Where the government getting the money from? You see, the government since 1995, this brand of politics we have, spoil them. So they always feel they must go to the state. The state is not a business. It's not a commercial business. It derives its income from taxes that are to be paid by law. And right now, because the economy is down, the taxes are less. It means you have to become imaginative. You have to use your initiative. You have to survive. So you have to kick into survival mode and
Mm-hmm.
make things happen for yourself.
Yep.
Good. We have to make the decision, decide to set powerful intentions every morning. Today, it is my intention to be grateful for everything I have. The real, in other words, I want to really feel deeply all the blessings in my life that I take for granted and to actively search for even more things throughout this day that I can be grateful for. Today, it is my intention to be patient at all times, especially when I'm challenged in the toughest of moments. Today, it is my intention to be present, especially when I feel like I have a lot to do. I feel, bushed by all that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Today, it is my intention to be kind and compassionate towards others, to always put myself in others' shoes and not judge anyone as I do not know their situation. But once I find out their situation and I can help and I help, and there's that disconnect, and they don't come back until they need more help, they could keep walking. How the NNP motto is, keep moving, just leave me alone. Because we have this nasty, ungrateful habit of not keeping in touch with people.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
do you want somebody to feel a sense of connectedness to you when they're doing their best to help you and you just distance yourself? You just totally disconnect. There's no appreciation there. Nobody wants to help you. There are many ways you can set intentions, Aruna. You can do it as part of a meditation or even a prayer or even an incantation, a chant,
Mm-hmm.
affirmation, or even a command. You can write it down, speak it aloud, speak it silently to your mind, in your mind. Do what is best for you. However you feel you want to do it, do it. But just make sure you do it. It will
Someone is
change your
making a
life.
really good point here, saying when you channel positive energy daily, there is hardly any room for negative, and if it
Of
comes, it
course.
doesn't last.
It goes to naught when it comes. Because you just say, you shrug it off. Because your mind is cleansed. You're thinking with clarity. But of course, Arona, I want to remind our listeners and our viewers that we have three components that are integral to life: health, career, and relationship. So, what is your intention for your health? What is your intention for your career? What is your intention for your relationship? In any society, when people are asked why they work, the majority first think, oh, you mean I'm working for money? That is the main reason for gainful employment. Now, it is generally said and agreed by most that the love of and for money is the root of all evil. And that is so true. People idolize money, but money is inanimate and they become slaves to it. We even make enemies over it.
We're the
We
ones who make
fight.
money life.
You understand? We fight and even kill for it. We become criminals over money. Why? And we still don't have a concept of enough. We still have no concept of enough. And this is why it is said in the Bible that many of us love to tote and quote that it is far easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. Good? That is
It's great.
applicable here. You see, you could have all the money and the country faces another 24-hour lockdown. The money is no use.
You've
You
seen
can
it.
have all the money in the world and you're going to jail. The money is no use. There are no talk shop in the jail. You could have all the money and your head failed and it would be of no use because
You
you're not
see that
around
all
to
the
spend it.
time. You see how many movie stars you're seeing,
You understand?
could
So
buy their
of
way
course.
out of everything, and they're ill, and they can't it's like useless. It's no use at that time.
So you look at what's his name the main reason I want to proffer here that we work is to safeguard and maintain our standard of living and quality of life. Now, when you have a big reason like that to get up in the morning, because you're connected, you want that home that you're living in to continue. You know, many people are falling prey right now to entropy, which is a thermodynamics term that means things tending toward a state of decay and disorder over time. They're
Hmm.
becoming victims of that. They can't pay their bills because you see they were only rooted for money, but money finishes. But if you have that great desire to safeguard and maintain your standard of living and quality of life, that's the reason to get up and leave the house in the morning to go out and work because your family will benefit. Good. The same Bible again, somewhere in Ephesians or even Proverbs, it is said, the man that eats and does not work is a thief. And we have a lot of thief in Grenada, they're not working, and they just want to sit down and see how they could beg you, beg you, beg you. They're like pests. Good. At an early age, a lot of people knew exactly what they wanted to be when they grew up. Their future was set and they headed full speed toward their destiny. But some of them grew up becoming followers of idiots, follow fashion, clowns, selfish, negative, thieves, fools, dunce, settling for anything and answering to anything.
Everything. Hmm.
You know, interestingly, for neither of those people, neither of us, what we end up being was not a passing obsession, as we prepared well by our omissions. We omitted to prepare for positive things, and the negative things entrapped us.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. We
Everything.
never made any conscious effort at positive intentions. Because if we did, we would never, remain even persistent or consistent. And those two ingredients are important. Once you set positive intention, you have to persist and you have to be consistent at it to give it life. You know, it's a pity we lost a little bit of time this morning relative to our start here. But in closing, I want to proffer a little thought here from Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is a New York Times best-selling author, researcher, and world-renowned lecturer on rewiring the brain. He tells us, intention speaks to wanting healing for good health again, a new job, a new relationship. You realize the three things: health, career, relationship. And
Hmm.
allowing
Energy.
the frontal lobe of your brain, the workshop of your brain, in other words, to make connections with every other part of the brain to create a new vision that would bring that desire to life. A clearer picture of your desire is born. And that is what is called intention. So your intention helps to rewire you to your future. It connects you to your future. Our bodies are our unconscious mind, and because it does not know the difference between an experience in your life that creates an emotion and an emotion that you are fabricating in your mind by thought alone, so your body, which is your unconscious mind, is living in the future, in this present moment, helping to
Mm.
change yourself in preparation to receive the efforts of that event. You know, somewhere in Mark, I think in the Bible, it is said, when you pray and ask God earnestly for something, believe you have received it and
It's
it will be yours. So, folks, to your unlimited possibilities today, go out and attach yourself to some positive intentions. Forget about who taking who, as long as they ain't taking you. Good. Forget about all this old, inferior religious nonsense, inferior political nonsense, vexing about everything. All of that is creating for you bad energy in the universe, which you can only get back in return. It's the law of attraction
And
and it is common sense.
you
So
free.
put out there good things, and good things will come back to you. Blessings and peace to everybody today.
You've preached today. I need to
Yeah, man.
next show I have to get a call out. Thing only put around the neck. Make sure you have one.
I will
When you
order one for next week and I will bring it.
preached today, you really preached today. Thanks so much, Ed. Catch you next week.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you.
Have a
All the
good
best.
one. All righty. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for being part of our Edification Thursday. Remember, every Thursday, you can find us here for Edification Thursday from 10 a.m. All right. And those of you who live in the US, Canada, don't forget to check your time. Make sure you put your notifications on because I've been getting cursed out saying folks are forgetting that the time difference, we're an hour ahead. And by the time they realize it's long gone. All right. So make sure you change your time. Thanks so much, everybody. And of course, don't forget Communal made this possible, Antillian Group and the Country Cold Store. Thank you so much for powering up our Edification Thursday. Catch you on the other side of 11 for our ladies' room.